In this week's art therapy session,
we will be creating the papier-mâché skull mask while discussing Day of the Dead. Now, before we start, make sure that you subscribe to my channel, that you hit that notification bell, and you give the video a thumbs up, and you can also leave a comment down in the description box. If you don't have the materials to make the papier-mâché mask, you can always draw a half of the mask. Before you start, answer these questions. What do you want to get out of this week's art therapy session? Are you ready for change? What is my mindset about this week's topic? The Day of the Dead is a joyful celebration when you can connect and remember your ancestors. Anthony Gonzalez. It's also referred as All Saints' Day, a celebration on November 2nd in various European and Latin American countries. The dead person is also formally remembered with prayers and feasting on the first anniversary of the death and on the Day of the Dead every November. It is a time when families get together to honor and remember deceased loved ones. It is believed that the souls of the dead return to visit the living families in homes, businesses, and cemeteries. I've gone to some churches where at the end of the year, they will actually have a special time for everyone to come together that has lost a loved one. And so what we're going to do for this week's tutorial is we're going to just take some time to write down who it was that we lost. And if there is more than one person, do it per sheet. So one person with one sheet and the next. And write down first and foremost what your fondest memory is of them. If you have pain, why you have that pain, meaning that if there is an issue that you have that's outstanding, you should write that down. And if you wanted to say something, you should just write it down on that piece of paper, conveying your feelings. If it is very triggering and the emotions are too high, take a meditation break. We want to look at the positive side of the person's death, and you want to think about some fond memories, things that the person has taught you, things that made you laugh, even the smell. Those are really nice positive things to have, and they actually will keep you going. Now, grief should really not be done by yourself, so find a connection. Prior to us kind of capitalizing on the Day of the Dead and calling it Halloween, it was a time for families to connect and remember and not necessarily mourn, but celebrate the life of that person. And so you want to find some connection, especially if you're having a hard time. If you wanted to be one of the first to view my content, make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell to be notified when I upload my post every Tuesday. If you're angry, if you feel depressed, you need to let those things go. So remove it from inside and turn it outwards onto the paper. You need to accept that the person has gone and understanding that they were in your life for that portion of time. And if you're having difficulties, it's really nice to always remember, what was it that that person did for you? And sometimes there are situations where it's completely negative, but even just giving you life, because you have the power to make changes to your life. You have the power to have your life successful or not. Find some strategies for coping with the grief. Even if it's going through to talk therapy, having someone help you go someplace else where you're not by yourself during this time, having company over. And after you've gone through the shock of grief or death, it is really nice to communicate and just spill out all your emotions that you're feeling. To conclude this week's tutorial, I have a quote from Mache. Who am I? Not the body, because it is decaying. Not the mind, because the brain will decay with the body. Not the personality, nor the emotion, for these also will vanish with death. If you wanted to tag me on any of your projects, I do have my Instagram page where you are able to tag me on, and I also have a Facebook page where you are able to upload your different DIY projects. You can check out the link in the description for all the additional information. Now that you've gone through this week's art therapy session, you can check out this tutorial next. If you like this week's tutorial, hit that like button, be sure to subscribe to my channel and share the content with your family and friends. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care.